Compound adjectives. Learn how to use them in this English lesson. If you don't know me very well, hi, how's it hanging? I'm teacher Prix and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because every week I post different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. So I appreciate you becoming part of this community. Now let's talk about compound. Whoops, oopsie daisy. Where is this going? Now, compound adjectives, okay? Let's talk about them. What are they, okay? Compound adjectives are formed by using two words. Two words. Usually adjective plus adjective or adjective plus noun or noun plus noun or plus noun plus participle. There are many combinations, okay? But you typically have two words and they are going to describe something, a noun, okay? So you have two words that work together, giving a single idea to describe something. And they are often hyphenated, okay? Look at the screen right now. When it comes to grammar, I have well-informed students in my program. They learn how to use grammar and not simply study it. These are my students from my academy, my BSA, and in my program, my students are, well-informed when it comes to English grammar. So you can see well-informed. They become one, and these two words are hyphenated, okay? The little thing separating them, the hyphen. So you need that when using compound adjectives. And you're going to use adjectives, you're going to use nouns, you're going to use participle. Even adverbs are possible, but there are some rules you need to understand, and that's what I'll cover in this lesson. I will cover the most common types of compound adjectives, the most common combinations. So do you understand what they are? It's a combination of two words and they describe a single idea, okay? Together, they form a new idea. And we use the hyphen, okay? You can't just write one and then the other. In the middle, you use the hyphen, okay? That's important. And I will explain situations when you cannot use the hyphen, when it's not really a compound adjective. So stay with me until the end because I have really good explanations to help you understand compound adjectives and the different possible combinations, okay? Now here we have adjective plus participle. So you will have some kind of adjective and the participle. The participle is a verb in the third column. So do, did, done. Well done. There you go. So cold-blooded. So cold is an adjective. And then we have the participle, blooded. Okay? Broken is a participle. Okay? But it's often used as an adjective in most cases. But we have here participle. Broken-hearted. There you go. So look at the examples. I don't like to talk to Anna. She has a high-pitched voice. Oh, high, adjective, pitched. Voice. It's not just high, it's not the high, but the voice is very high pitched. Okay, that's the idea of high pitch. We have people that have a low pitch, like, hey, how's it hanging? And we have people with a high pitch. Now you know, don't leave, stay with me. Now guys, I don't like to talk to Anna. She has a high pitched voice. And look at the hyphen, okay? Look at that. I need it, okay? And guys, one common observation here, typically compound adjectives, to be considered compound adjectives, they are usually before the word they are describing. Otherwise, you don't really need the hyphen, okay? I will talk about that. So I'm describing voice. Before voice, I have a compound adjective, high pitched. There you go. Okay. He was a broken-hearted fool. Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart. Say you will subscribe. Just kidding. Just kidding. So he was a broken-hearted soul. That blue color, adjective, that blue-eyed girl was staring at you. She was checking you out. She was staring at you. So that's a possibility. Adjective plus participle. There you go. Moving on. We also have adjective plus noun. Old school. Okay? Our manager, our new manager, let's say you have a new manager. Oh, he's such an old school guy. Old school guy. Okay? Then it's possible. Old hyphen school. And this thing describes one. They act as one word. Old school guy. And I have guy, which is the word I am describing. Old school guy. Another one, last minute. We had a last minute meeting last night to cover a few details about our annual event next Monday. Very nice, next Monday. Very good. Last minute meeting. I'm describing the meeting. Last minute meeting. So that's a very important point, guys. The compound adjectives, they must come before the word they describe. Otherwise, you don't need the hyphen, okay? They're just going to be adjectives, not necessarily together. That's important. I will talk about that soon. Another option, we have now plus participle, now plus ing. Time consuming, time honored. I know I used time twice. I wasn't thinking. But now, it's very simple. You have the now, and then you have the possibility of using participle. Participle, remember the past participle, the third column of verbs. Do, did, done. Swim, swam, swum. Okay? Are you going to do this with all the English verbs? No, you're not. Okay? But it's very common. So you may not be able to use it with everything, but you will use it with a lot of verbs. Okay? The more you read, the more you listen, the more you will learn these options, of compound adjectives. And you can even Google some common collocations of compound adjectives. That may be nice, but don't get too obsessed with the, getting more and more lists of words. Otherwise, you may forget more than actually remembering more. It's about the context, okay? I'm giving this explanation to show you the possible combinations, when not to use it, which I will talk about very soon. But don't become so obsessed with, okay, I need to know like 20 different collocations. If you don't use, your brain eliminates it, okay? So we love hosting Thanksgiving here. It is a time-honored tradition in our family. So I am describing tradition, a time-honored tradition. So it's before, so it's a compound adjective, time-honored, okay? Now plus participle, honored, ed. I have a very time-consuming job. I'm describing job. I have time-consuming, a time-consuming job. So by the time I get home, I'm exhausted. Do you have a time-consuming job? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know. Another option here, adverb plus participle, adverb plus ing. It is possible to use adverbs, but I will talk about a situation when don't do it, okay? And you will learn it soon. But it's possible. There are many kinds of adverbs, and just to study a little, and you will find interesting options. But here we have fast growing. Very nice, growing, ing. Okay, well behaved, participle, behaved, and then we have well, which is an adverb. Okay, so look at the examples. We live in a fast-growing society. So you see, society, and then before society, fast-growing. I need the hyphen. I need the hyphen. Okay, fast-growing society. Then it's possible. Okay, Linda has well-behaved children. Well-behaved children. I'm describing children then. Sounds good, okay? So you can certainly invite them to the party. Maybe they're having a very fancy cocktail party, and then they mention Linda and her children. Yeah, they're nice. They're very well-behaved. This is a different example. They are well-behaved. Then I don't need the hyphen anymore, okay? I will talk about this very soon. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. You know, I appreciate you being part of this family. If you have already subscribed, I appreciate it. And if you would like more, this ebook, which is not really an ebook, it's kind of a small program. I call it the 21-day study plan cycle. It is a PDF file that works as a template to help people who study alone how to organize the way they study, how to combine all the English skills so that you can achieve better results as fast as you can. There are video lessons and recommendations. I teach you how to use the plan and how to repeat the plan so that you have an organized way of studying for the rest of your journey. Link in the description of this video. But now, when to use hyphens, okay? When are you going to use them? Because that's a key element of the compound adjective. That's a key sign that I'm using a compound adjective. Now, you will use the hyphens to create clarity and avoid confusion in a compound adjective. So they are usually used before the noun they described as a single idea. That's why we use the hyphen, because I show, by using the hyphen, I show that this word works as one. It describes one single idea, and it's before the noun. Okay? That's important. Look at the example. I watched a 4-hour game last night. Priscilla, why it's not in the plural? I eliminate the plural in this case. 4 hours. It becomes 4-hour, especially if I'm talking about number. Okay, number and then a noun, singular. Okay, I didn't put this in the slide, but that's a very important thing. Whenever I'm using numbers as part of the compound adjective, so if I use a number, guys, you're using a number and a noun, okay, because you're quantifying. Number plus noun, these will be in the singular form. I will need some kind of article, a, an, or the, okay? The 2-hour event was a success. The 2-hour event was a success. This is just an example, okay? In real life, I would need to bring more context. But in this case, if I'm using number plus a noun, and this number gives me the idea, it's not one, it's more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 100. And the noun, this noun will be in the singular form. I use the hyphen, so make sure to keep that in mind, okay? The well-known actor received an award. She has a long-standing issue with allergies. They live in a four-bedroom. I can't say bedrooms. Okay, I'm quantifying here. I'm using the compound adjective plus number, number plus noun. This noun cannot be in the plural form. It has to be in the singular form, okay? I see lots of mistakes when students are using compound adjectives that have numbers and nouns. They use plural form. Don't do that, okay? He is a first-rate chef. See, first-rate, okay? There you go. So this is the number one situation when you're going to use. You want to bring clarity. Okay, and these guys, the hyphen thing is much more common in written language than in spoken language. Because if I tell you right now, oh, I'm well informed. Well informed. Yay, but I am well informed. So there's nothing after well informed. So therefore, it's not really a compound adjective. If I look at the rule, I don't need hyphen, there's nothing, okay? So this makes much more sense when you're writing than when you're speaking, because when you're speaking, okay, you need to understand some of the rules, but it doesn't make much of a difference. Of course, I need to pay attention to the order of adjectives that I am using in a sentence. Pay attention if I'm using the participle properly and the position of adjectives, but this makes much more of a difference when I am writing. So if you use English at work to make presentations, to, answer emails, this is where you will get more impact, okay? Now, another situation here. When adverbs not ending in ly, okay? Adverbs that do not end in ly, ly, okay? They can be used as compound words in front of a noun. So you have to hyphenate the words, okay? When the combination of words is used after the noun, you don't need to hyphenate. Okay. Some apps, some correction apps may correct you, but it's not necessary in terms of grammar if the compound adjective is after the noun. Okay. I am well informed. Some applications may correct and insert the hyphen, but in terms of grammar, it's not necessary because I am well informed. There's nothing after well informed. Therefore, I don't hyphenate. I don't use the hyphen, okay? Linda's decision was well informed. Alex deserves a much needed vacation. So you see, much needed. Okay, I hyphenate. But then Alex's vacation is much needed. I don't do it because vacation is before. His vacation is well deserved, much needed. Okay, then it's fine. Moving on. Phrases that have verbs, nouns, and adjectives. They should appear as separate words when used as verbs and as one word when used as noun or adjectives. Okay, guys, some words, they can work as verbs and they can work as nouns. If that's the case, then if you're using that word as a noun, for example, or as an adjective, they need to be one. You don't use hyphens. Look at the example that will make this clear, okay? This computer, not mine, because mine is new. This computer is too old and will soon break down. This is a phrasal verb. I separate. Okay, break down. But break down can also be a noun. And in this case, no hyphen. No, the hyphen, no. I put it together. We suffered a breakdown in communications. That's it. Put it together. Break down as one word. Okay? Another example, clean up. Clean up can be a phrasal verb. Please clean up your desk. All right. Separate because it's a phrasal verb, it's a verb. But if I'm using this, for example, as an adjective, because clean up can be an adjective, then I put it together, no hyphen, okay? This old house will need a full cleanup service before it's ready for sale, okay? So in this case, it's actually when not to use hyphens. But you get the gist, okay? Moving on. All compound numbers from 21 through 99 and all spelled out fractions will need hyphen. She invited 25 people to the event. There you go. Only 33 people joined the meeting. We expected 55. Regardless, if there is a noun before, you will need the hyphen when you're talking about numbers and fractions, okay? You need 1/3 of a cup of chocolate powder for the recipe. More than 1/2 of the country voted for eliminating district taxes. You need it, okay? In this situation. Especially when you're writing. This makes more sense when you're writing, okay? Now, when not to use hyphens. If adverbs ending in ly, the letters ly, are used as compound words, either before or after the noun, it doesn't matter the position. If you're using an adverb that ends with the letters L and Y, there's no hyphen, okay? Highly efficient. If you're writing, there's no hyphen, okay? No need to hyphenate these guys. You shouldn't. The teacher is highly efficient. She's a highly efficient teacher. It doesn't matter, okay? Another situation, most compound adjectives are applicable only when a compound adjective precedes the term it modifies, okay? If it's following the term, again, I'm repeating myself, but if it's after what I am describing, there's no hyphen. And again, this will make much more sense when you're writing, when you're typing, when you're creating presentations, at work or at school, academic life. Because when you're speaking, it doesn't make much of a difference, okay? You're fine. And remember to use comma, not a hyphen, a comma, okay? Between two adjectives. When you could add the word and. When you think of and, I have important and classified files. It's not one idea. Important, classified. Important and classified. Okay, when you have this idea of addition, then just add the comma. Important classified files I need to discuss with your manager now. My boyfriend gave me a lovely fragrant bouquet on Valentine's Day. So lovely and fragrant. They're not giving me the idea of one. Lovely and fragrant. If I have this concept of, okay, I could have used and, then I just add a comma, okay? That's the idea of these guys. I know it was a lot of information. Study again, review, and make sure to always include grammar in your routine, okay? Whenever you study, you have to include a little grammar and create different exercises, speaking exercises, written, writing exercises, and I teach all of that in my study plan. I hope you enjoyed this video, but other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!